Out here, we are reading the hand of Nitin Gadkari, and a very successful politician who has been the head of BJP party and now Union Minister and the Indian government. Uh, See, whenever we are trying to read hands, people ask if I've got a M or Y or any such thing in our palm. But this is not the right question. The right question should be for success, do we have the right temper, coolness, courage? Are we a good warrior? Our willpower and reasoning is good or not? Vitality, stamina, love, all these things are seen for success, and many more things. So, if we see these signs, these qualities in us, being a good orator, a person who has got technical skills, scientific skills, these things basically make a person more successful. Uh, and it's a misconception that complicated hands are much better than simpler hands. To have a simple hand is much better than having a complicated hand. Simple hands gives much more success compared to complicated hands. In this particular hand, what we see is that the heart line is starting straight under the finger of Saturn. Saturn is the mount for Saturn is the mount for materialism, wisdom, uh, and it makes a person move towards wants uh, more and more of possessions and money and this thing. This when the line starts under the mount of Saturn, it also brings in soberness, wisdom, superstitions, gloom, and but it also is a sign of person who is very responsible by nature. These people are very responsible and they do take care of the people they care about. It could be just their family, themselves, purely themselves. They become selfish. If it's a wider circle is drawn, if they are responsible towards family or joint family or maybe a city or country, whatever, or the world. Uh, Towards them, these people, if they are, these people are more responsible compared to the other people. So Saturn brings in more of responsibility to one's nature, and the heart line appears to be very distinct and clear. So the person is stressless. By deep and clear, what we mean is that the line should not be broad, or shouldn't have too many branches over it. If there are too many branches, then there would be too many attachments in life, and attachments creates stress. So he doesn't have all these. Uh, the other very important sign for success is that his head, this is the head, and this is the lifeline. They are tied up together for a very long duration of time. You see out here, and this thing. The duration of these head and lifeline together is much longer. It makes a person very hardworking by nature. This particular thing brings in much more of hard work. These people might miss out on opportunities, but at the same time, these people are consistent, and these people basically they rise up to high position or gain more money uh, after certain age. Like let's say some people succeed after the age of 35, and some people could succeed after the age of 44. That's the approximate age we see for success in this particular hand. So these people could be slow moving, shy, all these qualities. When you see him in real life, you might say that he is not, but this is what the palmistry, the palm reading tells us. He could be shy in the early period, but over a period of time, due to his consistency and hard work, he has been able to overcome that particular quality. Uh, Now we see the sun line in the left hand. Right hand is the hand to refer to, but because we don't see a very clear sun line and the quality of the image is not so good, so we are not able to make out. A line is starting before it crosses the headline. So the line starts somewhere at the age of 32. That's when he got some name and fame, and it crosses the headline. This is the headline. It crosses and stops. So it stops somewhere at the age of around 30, 39 or so, and a new line develops, and this line continues till the last time. So the new line starts somewhere around at the age of 44, and there's much more strength to it. So a deep and clear sunline is always better than a very dim and a feeble kind of a sunline, or a wavy kind of a sunline. So a strong sunline basically gives strength to our work, and a weak sunline basically brings in weakness to our work. And we do find here that this is the lifeline. There's a supporting lifeline as well. Supporting lifeline makes a person a warrior, and a person fights against odds. And it's basically a good sign if one has got a supporting lifeline, and nobody can fight against them. And if they try to pin them down, then they wouldn't be able to be successful. Out here we also see this is the lifeline, and there's an upward moving line over the Mount of Jupiter, this particular line. Whenever we see a distinct and clear upward line on the first finger upward line, it means that the person would rise up to high position. This is the area of leadership, ambition, religion, honor, all these things coming to this particular person. It could these people could rise up to be police officers or army officers, or administrative heads of a company, or politicians, or religious heads. It could be anywhere. We are not very sure that he has this upward line because the image quality is not so good. So I'm not very sure about it. Some people do not have this particular line, and still they rise up to high positions. So it's better to have this particular line, but even if you don't have, still I've seen many people who rise up to high position in politics or business or religious heads. So one last thing I wanted to add was he is the transport minister, and we find that his money line is starting from the Mount of Moon. Whenever the line starts from the Mount of Moon, Moon is basically for a person who gains through service industry or trading activity. This is also the area of travel. This is also the area where a person gains from import-export. So there could be many areas. This could also mean benefits coming to him after marriage, or after having a girl child, or whatever his mother suggested him to do. If he did, it would bring him more gains. So I've just given you a simple idea about his palm reading. Not necessarily I might be true, but his what we see in a hand is simplicity. If the hand is simple, it is surely going to attract more people towards them and bring in more result. The structure of the hand is also good. The Venus, the Mount of Moon appear to be good. So a good structured hand, and the bone structure is nice and firm, and the skin padding is also good. So it automatically brings in much more richness to this particular person. And that's it for this particular reading. Thank you all for watching. If you like the video, click on the like button and do subscribe. Thanks again for watching.